What is going on, Grinders? It's Chief. We are in the building, and it is Take Your Pick'em once again. So glad to be on with you guys and talk through the slate. And hopefully, we can help put a few more dollars in those pockets. So thanks again so much for joining me. Excited to be here and go through everything. We've got a smaller slate today. We've got some PGA going. You've got NBA available to you. You've got MLB, which is obviously my focal point at this time. You're going to have some soccer. You've got esports going. So I did want to put that out there because that's the interesting thing about the pick'em sites. We've got so many options available to us. Vivid, Sleeper, Underdog, PrizePicks, Thrive, you name it. There are things available for you to get involved in. So I am thoroughly excited to come on and talk with you guys yet again. And we're going to kick it off with winning words of wisdom. And this is coming from Mary Kay Ash. And here's her quote here. Don't limit yourself. Many people limit themselves to what they think they can do. You can go as far as your mind lets you. What you believe, remember, you can achieve. And I think that was very self-explanatory. But listen, man, don't take the mental limits off of yourself. Break those chains in your mind, and keep moving forward. Right? Keep moving forward. Whatever you think you can do it. Whatever you think you can't do, you can also do that too. Stay positive. Stay on the grind. And good things will happen to you consistently. They'll come in waves, and I'm a firm believer of that. Put good out, get good back. All right, so we will go over our recap for yesterday and on the season right now in terms of not season or since the show got started. For the month of May, we've got 32 picks right and 25 picks wrong. So we're still up in terms of the county numbers or looking at the total. And we kind of had a mixed bag yesterday. So when we looked at the slate, I was very disappointed in the results from yesterday. With the 2 plays right, 2 plays wrong. But I think we come back today with a solid game plan yet again. Once again, we just kind of had this mixed bag of results where one of our plays, Edward Cabrera, 5.5 strikeouts, more than that projection, came out just fine there. I thought that was a really good one. Taijuan Walker, in terms of pitching outs, he didn't get past the first inning, so that one didn't work out. We had Luis Medina at 2.5 strikeouts, or 2.5 earned runs allowed, more than that, and we got that. And then we had Rich Hill at 5 strikeouts. And, Detroit just got the best of me this month. He just came in and mowed that team down. But all in all, I'm not worried about it. I think we're right on track here. Baseball, I mean, listen, it really picks up May and June. We take off. So I'm going to hop in, start talking about some plays. Once again, have a limited baseball slate, but I found some really good options for us across the industry. And one of my top options today, as I'm going to pull up the screen share. Once again, you know what I say. If you are in your car, don't worry. I will talk about it. And even if you don't see what's on the screen, you will have it available to you verbally via the statistics that we shall discuss. So one of my favorite plays today, we've got Ryan Mountcastle, more than 1.5 total bases. That's going to be one of my top plays on the board today. And as we can see, he's facing Mr. Tyler Anderson. Now, these are the 2023 numbers that I have right now. But when I switch, 2022 through 2023, when I switch it over, here's what we see for Mr. Anderson today. 6.3 xFIP, 14.4% K rate, and a 10.9% walk rate for Tyler Anderson, 36% ground ball rate, 24% line drive rate, 40% fly ball rate, and is really struggling to both sides of the play, but especially to power with righties, 239 ISO, 377 WOBA to right-handed hitters, 15.4% K rate, 9.2% walk rate. In comes Ryan Mountcastle, he's got a 351 ISO, 416 WOBA, and a 16.7% K rate. Now, he's only walking 3.3% of the time, but I'm not worried about that. This guy has a lot of power. He's got a shot at a multi-home run game off of Tyler Anderson if Tyler Anderson is in this game today. So for those of you that like home run calls, I do think Ryan Mountcastle has a home run call, but 1.5 total bases. As a result of that, I really like the 1.5 total bases that he's going to have available to us. What we're going to see from Tyler Anderson is that he's going to be throwing the fastball about 41% of the time, around 80 to 89 miles an hour. And we've got these numbers on Mountcastle. Look at this, folks. 90% contact rate, 9% whiff rate, 50% hard hit rate. Now, this is only in limited batted ball events, but the standing numbers still roll solid. I think Mountcastle has an exceptional day at the plate against Tyler Anderson. For those of you that are hanging out watching live, please, if you have any questions, always throw them in the live chat, and I will be more than happy to hop on board with you here. So we're going to hop to one of our next plays, and this one is in a later game, and this one is it's the Yankees game, and we've got Nestor Cortez, and that's Nestor Cortez. Now, Nestor Cortez has been a guy that, you know, at least the first couple seasons that I've seen him, he's been a really high K guy. He's been someone that has pitched pretty well overall, but I think he's going to have a tough time today. So he's facing a matchup with the Toronto Blue Jays, and as we can look on the season, we've got Nestor Cortez at a 5.78 xFIP, 23.2% K rate, 7.2% walk rate. And so the strikeouts are okay, right? But he's really struggling with righties this season in terms of power. The other thing, though, that when we're looking at the projected lineup, it may change some. The K rates on this team are very low, and Nestor Cortez has struggled to get through innings. And if I pull that up, or if I talk through it, at least, and this will just be the last 5 games, 13 pitching outs, 15 pitching outs, 14 pitching outs, 15 pitching outs, and 18. 13 was against Tampa Bay, 15 against Oakland, who does not struggle against left-handed pitching, 14 against Texas, 15 against Minnesota. Against the Angels on April 20th, he had 18 pitching outs. Today, he has a projection across the industry, and I did check Vivid, and I know on PrizePicks as well, at 16.5 pitching outs. Folks, listen, I'm going with less than that projection today. This is going to be a tough matchup for him. He's on the road at Toronto and has already been struggling to get through innings. I think Toronto has his number today. And so as a result, I really like less than the projection of 16.5 pitching outs. I think that's going to be a good projection for us to get in on today. And I definitely think we should get that one fairly easily as long as the Toronto Blue Jays do their job. For those of you that like regular DFS, I would even be interested in the Toronto Blue Jays as a stack today for those of you that are in the traditional DFS streets on FanDuel, DraftKings, so forth and so on. So really like that. Folks, listen, I know it's summertime. It may be cold some places. It may be warm some places, but the sun is always shining most of the day, and we want you to kick off with some new gear from our friends at Shady Rays. They've got you covered from the sun to the slopes with premium polarized shades, customizable snow goggles, and so much more. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers a world-class product that's just as good as any expensive pair you've worn. Durable frames and extremely clear optics for outdoor adventures. That's not all, folks. Shady Rays has the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by the lost and broken replacement policy. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they told us they will send you a brand new pair. No questions asked. Wear your Shady Rays with confidence because they have your back long after that initial purchase. With Shady Rays, you can look good and you can feel good. And to date, they've donated, listen to this, folks, 20 million meals to fight hunger with Feeding America. That's a cause I can get behind. If you don't love them, exchange them for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop with Shady Rays. Their team always have your back. And for our listeners, if you're tuned in, this is exclusively for you. Shady Rays is giving their best deal of the year. Go to shadyrays.com. Use the code RotoGrinders. You'll get 50% off 2 pairs, not 1, 2 pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try them for yourself. The Shades rated 5 stars by over 200,000 people. All right, folks, we're moving to the next projection here, and that is none other. In the same game, Jose Barrios on PrizePicks today. I think this is a good one. I do like 5.5 strikeout, the 5.5 strikeout projection. I want less than that projection. However, I believe PrizePicks is giving us a projection of gold here, 31.5 fantasy points, and we get to take that option rather than the strikeouts. In the event he gets 6, I think Jose Barrios is going to give up some runs today, folks. And if that's the case, I think we're going to be sitting pretty for our fantasy points projection. It's 31.5 on PrizePicks. I want less than that projection. So we've got Barrios on the season. Look, his numbers have been fine. 3.69 xFIP, 22.8% K rate, 5.7% walk rate. However, still giving up a fair amount of hard contact. 19% to lefties on the K rate on the season, 25.8% to righties. I know the Yankees are a hit or miss team, but I think this projection at 5.5 strikeouts or 31.5 fantasy points on PrizePicks, that would be what I would be attacking right now. I think it's a touch too high. I think the Yankees can score 3 to 4 runs. If the Yankees score 3 to 4 runs, and just another thing, PrizePicks is with FanDuel scoring. So they're using FanDuel scoring for their projections. At 31.5, this is how I have the game played out in my mind. Even if he goes 6 innings, I don't think he gets 6 strikeouts. Let's say we give him 5 strikeouts. I think he's giving up 4 runs today at least. That is my call here based on everything I've seen. I think he's going to give up the runs. If he gives up the runs, I can assure you he does not hit the projection. So I love this at 31.5. And let's just scroll down. We've got the Yanks here. Obviously, he's going to be throwing some fastball. He's got the sinker as well, but we'll work the fastball right now. So we're looking at the righties. And so he's going to be throwing the fastball roughly 32% of the time. And we're looking, contact rates are fairly good in terms of a team across the board. Gleyber Torres has been one of my favorite players this season, just in terms of how well he's been playing. And so I think he's going to give us some problems right off the back. Obviously, we've got Judge, we've got Rizzo, we've got LeMahieu, we've got Bowers, who's been hitting for some power here recently. So I like him a ton. Then we're going to go to the sinker. And then look at the contact numbers on the sinker, folks. Against righties, they continue to climb. Most of these righties are over 80% in terms of contact rates, and the whiff rates are very low on the sinker. And that is his pitch. 56% of the time, these guys are going to see the sinker. I think the Yankees can do some damage here, even to the lefties. Look at what we've got here. Contact rates are looking fantastic. So if you're asking me today, do I think Jose Barrios, do I think he pitches a good game? I don't think he does. And look, maybe he gets through an inning or 2 clean. Don't fret, folks. The Yankees should be ready to play today. I believe that they will get to him before the game is out. And we've seen this happen a ton. He comes out, he'll get through the first inning or 2, look good. Innings 3, 4, and 5, man. I'm looking for them to take a beating. Innings 3, 4, and 5. Same way I feel about Hunter Green. If you heard me earlier this week talking about the Hunter Green experience. Typically, he comes out, gets a lot of Ks, and then those next couple innings, for whatever reason, he's on the struggle bus. I think we see something similar today with Jose Barrios. And if they can get to him right out of the gate, it's going to be tough sledding for him. So once again, I thank you guys for joining me. We're going to do a quick recap here. We've got one of my favorite plays today, Ryan Mountcastle. This is my favorite. This is absolutely my favorite on the board. 1.5 total bases. I want more than that projection. I think he gets to Tyler Anderson with the quickness today. Let's go with the hot take. Ryan Mountcastle hits a home run his first at bat. That's a hot take, but once again, I still think he goes over or more than the projection of 1.5 total bases. We've got Nestor Cortez, 16.5 pitching outs. I think he's going to struggle in this game. At 16.5 pitching outs, Nestor Cortez has not been great so far as we've gotten into the kind of first third of the season. I'm looking for the Toronto Blue Jays to have a great day at the plate. And in that same game on the other side, we've got Jose Barrios, 31.5 fantasy points. I like less than that projection. I think the Yankees come out and put a spanking on him. And so, as a result, if you're looking at this game for DFS purposes, just a little bonus here, it looks like the Yankees and the Blue Jays may be at the top of my list today. Folks, you've been tuned in to Take Your Pick'em. Come in with your pockets empty. Leave with your pockets full. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow.